So tonight, my prayer is that each and every one of us falls more in love with Jesus, and that nothing gets in the way or hinders us as we are picking up our cross and following him. Tonight, I'm actually going to start with a story, and this is a kind of like a folklore story, and they're not even sure who the original author is. So it's The Girl, the Dad, and the Pearls. There once was a little girl named Jenny who saw a pretty plastic pearl necklace as she and her mom checked out at the store. How great was her joy when she got her mom to buy it for her. It was well worth giving up next week's allowance. She was soon wearing her new pretty pearls everywhere she went, even to bed. One night at bedtime, her dad had an unusual and unexpected question and request for her. "My little one, do you love me?" "Why, yes, Daddy, I love you so much," she replied. "Will you give me your pearls?" "Oh, no, not my pearls, Daddy. I love you. But can't you ask for something else? My favorite bear? I would give you that in a heartbeat. But not my pearls. Please, Daddy." The father kissed his mother's cheek and said, "Don't worry, and remember, I love you very much. Sweet dreams." A couple of months later, the little girl's father made the same request. The answer and the outcome was the same. A couple more months went by, and once again, the father asked, "Do you love me?" "Yes, Daddy, you know I do." "Enough to give me your pearls?" "Oh, Daddy, I feel so bad to say this again, but I love my pearls too. Can I give something else up?" And again, the father kissed her cheek as he said, "Don't worry, just always remember I love you very much. Sweet dreams and good night." But that night, the little girl somehow couldn't go back to sleep. Now stay tuned for part 2. So Matthew 13:45 through 46 says, "Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant seeking beautiful pearls, who when he found one pearl of great price, went and sold all that he had and bought it." Now from this passage, we can see that the kingdom of heaven is priceless and worth giving everything up. And I know we in our hearts feel that way. We are passionate about Jesus and we want to give everything up for him. Now, each and every one of us in the world have something inside of us that we're always seeking. We're always looking for something to fill us. And before I knew Jesus, I was seeking for love, validation, to be noticed, and I just kept seeking for these things and was in a place of being broken and hurting. And then I was really empty inside. If all this time trying to think, okay, if I would just be loved, everything would be okay and I'd be happy. That's all I want. If I get this attention that I need, then I'm fixed and it's good. But then Jesus got a hold of me. And that's when things changed. He kept drawing me to him. He was wooing me. He was showing me that he has that unconditional love for us like no other. And my seeking after attention and love from men and other places was a substitute. I can only find true life in him. And as I got deeper in my relationship with Jesus, I discovered that he was who I was searching for and no one else. I can really relate to the woman at the well. She had 5 husbands, and then her current one was someone she was living with. And I believe that she was deeply broken and hurting when she had her encounter with Jesus. In John 4:13 through 14, it says, "Jesus answered and said to her, 'Whoever drinks of this water will thirst again, but whoever drinks of the water that I shall give him will never thirst. But the water that I shall give him will become in him a fountain of water springing up unto everlasting life. And so Jesus was telling her that he is truly the only one that satisfies. And he really is. There is nothing, it doesn't matter what I could need, what I could want. Jesus fulfills all of my desires. He wants to fulfill all of your desires. Anywhere there's a lack, he is what you need. He is truly the answer. Psalms 42, 1-2 says, "As the deer pants for streams of water, so my soul longs for you, O God." Psalm 63:1, "My soul thirsts for you, my body longs for you in a dry and weary land." Now, so I've discovered that as I surrender to Jesus, and it causes this longing for more of him. And the more of him that I get, it's like the more satisfied I am. And it's this beautiful thing that happens when it's Jesus that we're thirsting after. All right. It's now part two of the story, and we're back to the little girl couldn't sleep. So the next night at story time, Jenny was not in bed. Instead, she was standing by her bed, holding her pearls in her hand as she looked attentively at them while waiting for her father to arrive. "Sweetie, you should be in bed. It's bedtime. Is everything okay?" The little girl said, "Daddy, I love you so much. You know I do. And these pearls, well, they're pretty. But if giving you my pearls will tell you how much I love you and make you happy, then here, Daddy, I want you to have them." Her hand was shaking a little as she spoke these words, holding out her prized possession, unsure yet as to what she was doing or how she'd be feeling after she let go. Yet somehow, as her hands opened to release the pretty pearl necklace into her father's hands, while looking into his eyes and smiling and experiencing such love, something in her heart stirred. And she knew the decision she had just made, hard as it was good. It was the right thing to do. It was so freeing, and in the freeing there was joy. It was as if in the giving away and letting go of something she valued so much, she had just received in its place something priceless. She couldn't quite yet grasp or understand beyond any measure or treasure, even while her hands were empty, her heart was full. Her father received his daughter's necklace with a great joy, and still with a smile on his face, he said, "Thank you, child. I'm so glad you can finally share and trust me with your pearl necklace, especially knowing how much it means to you. Now it's my turn to give you something in return. I've been meaning to give you for a long time." The father then pulled a beautiful red velvet box out of his coat pocket and presented it to his daughter. Inside, there were real pearls. He proceeded, "These, my child, are real pearls. Aren't they beautiful? Even more beautiful than your plastic ones. But I wanted to give them to you, and I thought it best to wait until you were ready to give up the other ones. Now that you have the real thing, there will be no need for the others. I love you, honey." A very surprised and delighted daughter kept this treasure and the message it carried the rest of her days. She held this special moment and its priceless lessons in her heart. And how many times has that been the case in our own lives? I will wrestle with things that I don't want to give up, and then I surrender and I hand it over, and I'm just amazed at what God does in place of what I've just surrendered. So in this parable, I don't think it's a coincidence that it's a pearl that's being the gem that's talked about. So pearl is the only gem from a living creature, and it's rare. Only one in about 10,000 oysters create a pearl. It's made with, of course, a natural beauty, and each one is one of a kind. Is it starting to sound like something or someone? And the historical status is that it was often reserved for royalty and nobility. Now, if you haven't guessed, each and every one of you are his unique pearl. And in this parable, really there's two interpretations, and I gave you the first one originally, that the kingdom of heaven is priceless and it's worth us giving up everything. Well, the second one, you really can't have that first interpretation without the other one, which is that Jesus, he is our jewel merchant. And we are his pearl, and he sold himself and gave up everything. He's the one that gave up everything for us, his unique pearl. And the beauty of it is that he wants us to be just like him. And he wants us to imitate him and be willing to give up everything. In Ephesians 5:1-2, it says, imitate God, therefore, in everything you do, because you are his dear children. Live a life filled with love, following the example of Christ. He loved us and offered himself as a sacrifice for us, a pleasing aroma to God. And then you heard this verse just previously, Matthew 16:24-25. Then Jesus said to his disciples, if anyone desires to come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whoever desires to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. And it's so true. We find such a wonderful life when we give ours up for him. Now, I put one of these on all of your places, and it's a reminder that Jesus, when he died on the cross, he went in our place, and we deserve to be on this cross. We're his unique pearl. And he seeks us today, and he wants us to deny ourselves and follow after him wholeheartedly. And my question is, will you pick up your cross daily and follow him wherever he may lead, and give up whatever it is that you're still holding on to that it has been hard to let go? Thank you.
Wow.
Okay. What was my time?
12 minutes, 12 seconds.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was the downside of my camera being over there. And I'm like, I can't
No,
I can't
spot on.
do my timer, but
That was great illustration. Like, completely visualized all of it. Like, the pearl,
Yeah.
who we are in him. Yeah.
I really like the working of the story into it. Illustration between what you're talking about and the story itself.
That was really good, Jlynn.
thank you.
And you've built suspense,
Yeah.
when you get us wrapped up in the story, and it's like, I'll finish later.
Yeah,
Perfect, perfect.
Thank you for the clothes.
You're welcome. Yes, my daughter helped make those.
Oh,
Yeah.
She has pearls all over her shirt.
I do.
She does.
Perfect.
And I love how you worked, Jlynn, that you worked your gospel shape in by saying, really, you can look at this as Jesus is the one who sold everything for us. That we're his treasure, his pearl of great price. That was so good.
Yeah.
So good.